Well, first of all, I think it's important because I feel like for the first time in a while there's somebody in the position of leadership that actually looks at things academically. And given his history with like legal process and just academic environments, I think that type of analysis is going to bring a fresh just a fresh way of operating to government that I'm very appreciative of. I also think that his assembly of his cabinet is it's very analytical, and it's I think it puts him in a very interesting position to look at everything from a lot of different angles and make some decisions. I feel like there's a little bit of a problematic following with Barack Obama based on the promise of change, and that he is not going to get a whole lot of noticeable change accomplished, but he is definitely stepping in the right direction, and I feel like he's acknowledging how difficult the job that he has to do is, and that just that point of humility and the just an understanding of the catastrophe that we're on the brink of is it's just refreshing to see that.
Right.
But what was
so you think he's kind of realistic with that? I mean, that he knows what he's getting into?
I think he knows what he's getting into for the most part. I think that his campaign ran on a platform of this promise of change, and it definitely was the only way that he could have gotten elected, was to promise to change things. But he's only going to be able to maybe get the ball rolling.
Right.
And so it set him up for a very, very drastic environment of disappointing a lot of people, because everyone's going to be expecting, a turnaround, and it might not happen. I think now he's being very humble and understanding and forthright about that, but he made it sound a little easier than it was going to be when he was campaigning. But they always do, and so
it's a part of politics.
Yeah, totally.
So the other question is just what are your expectations from this new administration, and are you considering getting involved on any level to contribute? Because as I understand, his metaphor is to sort of like for people to get engaged.
My expectations from the administration are maybe a more common sense approach to foreign policy and the relations that we're having with warring countries and our position in the Middle East, as well as developments with alternative energy sources. I kind of have a pretty high expectation of both of those, and I'm really eager to see what happens. As far as getting involved, I'm not sure. Like, I have yet to be offered some sort of avenue that I can pursue.
That you can pursue. And what about as an artist? Like, are you a photographer or?
I am a photographer. Yeah.
So, and do you think your art could, be part of it, or that's just another question. I guess that comes up. Like, as far as do you see yourself being part of it that way, potentially?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tricky with artwork because there are a lot more direct ways to engage someone than making art, and involvement through art making tends to be a relatively abstract way to involve yourself in politics, and so I don't really see pushing myself towards a more political
Right.
avenue of art making, but I think that art making is important in the climate that we're all in, and that
Right.
Involvement in an academic setting is also very important, and so by doing that, I feel like I'm contributing to the overall welfare of the general people. But I don't think it's directly political. I mean, art making is a political act in a certain sense, in that it's it's a creative process, and creative processes need to be explored. But yeah, I don't know how it would fit with, like, it's not going to save anything directly. So,
Right.
but I mean, there's a lot of things that I've been thinking about, like lifestyle choices, that Barack Obama has been bringing up more than I've heard politicians bring up before, that I'm either conscious of already having made, or consider making, because it's becoming more apparent that it's necessary to make those changes.
Because
like,
of the environment. And,
yeah, energy use and
Energy use.
Driving, public transportation, and things like that. And I know that the more that the government works towards improving those things, and like, I just heard that he was really going to focus on providing a grid for the wind power that's already available. And so as soon as developments like that start to be made, I think that myself and a lot of other people will be more inclined to make lifestyle choices that support those things. So,
Cool. Thank you so much.
no problem.